The thing you are chasing may not be running away from you. It may simply be waiting for you to stop running after it. Sometimes life does not move closer because we are trying too hard. Sometimes the answer does not come because our hands are too full of fear to receive it. Sometimes the love, the peace, the success, the healing, and the good we pray for cannot reach us because we are moving so fast that we cannot hear life calling us back to ourselves. Take a deep breath and feel this for a moment. You do not have to chase what is truly meant for you. You do not have to beg life to love you. You do not have to force every door open. You do not have to run after every person, every chance, every sign, every answer, every little thing that makes you feel safe for a moment, and then afraid again. There is another way, a softer way, a calmer way, a way that begins when you stop chasing and become still. When you are always chasing, your body becomes tired, your heart becomes heavy, your mind keeps asking, what if I lose this? What if it never comes back? What if I am too late? What if I am not enough? And slowly, without even noticing it, you begin to live from fear. You stop trusting life. You stop trusting yourself. You begin to believe that if you do not push, nothing will happen. If you do not hold tightly, everything will leave. If you do not keep running, life will forget you. But my dear, life has not forgotten you. Life knows exactly where you are. Life knows your name. Life knows your heart. Life knows the dreams you have whispered in silence. Life knows the tears you have held back. Life knows the prayers you have sent out when no one else could hear them. You are not invisible to life. You are not lost. You are not behind. You are simply being invited to stop running and return to peace. There is a deep truth that many people only understand after they become very tired. The more you chase something from fear, the more far away it feels. Not because life is cruel, but because fear makes the heart tight. Fear makes the mind loud. Fear makes the hands close, and closed hands cannot receive. A closed heart cannot feel safe. A crowded mind cannot hear the soft voice of guidance. When you chase, you may think you are moving closer to what you want, but often you are moving farther away from yourself. And when you move away from yourself, nothing outside can truly fill the empty space. Not love, not money, not success, not attention, not praise, not a message, not a promise, not a sign. You may receive something for a moment, but it will not feel steady because the peace you are looking for was never outside of you. It was waiting inside you, under the fear, under the hurry, under the need to prove, under the belief that you must do more to be worthy. So today, let these words enter gently. I stopped chasing and stayed still. Everything I wanted came running back to me, not because I forced it, not because I begged for it, not because I became someone else, but because I came home to myself. I stopped running after life, and I allowed life to come toward me. I stopped trying to control every step, and I allowed the path to open. I stopped asking fear what to do, and I began listening to peace. There is power in stillness. There is power in resting your heart. There is power in saying, I do not need to chase. I do not need to force. I do not need to fight for what already belongs to me. The world may tell you that you must always move faster, try harder, reach higher, prove more, speak louder, and never stop. But the soul knows another truth. The soul knows that what is meant for you can meet you in peace. The soul knows that real love does not need to be pulled. Real blessings do not need to be begged for. Real healing does not need to be forced. Real abundance does not come from panic. It comes from alignment. Take another deep breath. Inhale peace. Exhale the need to chase. Inhale trust. Exhale control. Inhale the quiet knowing that life is not against you. Exhale the old fear that says you must hold everything together alone. You are safe to soften. You are safe to pause. You are safe to stop running. There are moments in life when the most powerful thing you can do is not to take another step forward, not to send another message, not to explain one more time, not to push one more door, not to worry one more night, but to become still, to sit with your own heart, to place your hand on your chest and say, I am here. I am not leaving myself. I am no longer chasing what makes me forget my own worth. This is where the shift begins. Not outside, not later, not after everything is perfect. It begins inside you, the moment you choose peace over panic, the moment you choose trust over fear, the moment you choose stillness over chasing. That one moment may look small, but it carries great power. Because in that moment, you stop sending life the message that you are empty and desperate. You begin sending life the message that you are whole, open, ready, and safe to receive. When you become still, you are not saying, I no longer care. You are saying, I care deeply, but I will not lose myself to receive this. You are not saying, I give up on my dreams. You are saying, I trust that what is right for me can come without destroying my peace. You are not saying, nothing matters. You are saying, my soul matters too. My peace matters too. My heart matters too. And this is very important because many people confuse chasing with love. They think if they chase, it means they care. They think if they worry, it means they are responsible. They think if they hold tightly, it means they are loyal. But love does not feel like fear. Faith does not feel like panic. Real care does not ask you to abandon yourself. What is good for your soul will not require you to live in constant anxiety. What belongs to you will not make you feel like you must become small, tired, and afraid to keep it. So let this be the first truth today. You are allowed to stop chasing. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to step back. You are allowed to breathe. You are allowed to let life show you what is real. You are allowed to let people meet you with effort too. You are allowed to let doors open without breaking your hands trying to force them. You are allowed to trust that the universe has ways you cannot see. Say softly within yourself, I do not chase. I attract. I do not force. I allow. I do not beg. I receive. I do not run from myself. I return to myself. Feel those words. Do not rush them. Let them fall into the quiet places inside you. Let them touch the parts of you that have been so tired from trying to make everything happen. Let them comfort the part of you that believed you had to earn every blessing through struggle. Let them heal the part of you that thought love only comes when you prove enough, give enough, explain enough, and wait long enough. My dear, you do not have to prove that you are worthy of good. You are worthy now, not when someone chooses you, not when the money comes, not when the door opens, not when the message arrives, not when the dream becomes real. You are worthy now, in this breath, in this moment, exactly as you are. And when you begin to live from that truth, you stop chasing from lack. You begin allowing from love. This is the beautiful turning point. When you stop chasing, you create space, and space is where life begins to move. Space is where peace enters. Space is where the right people can find you. Space is where the right answers become clear. Space is where the heart can hear what fear was too loud to let in. Space is where miracles begin to form quietly, gently, without force. Imagine a room filled with noise. Everyone is speaking at once. You cannot hear the music playing softly in the corner, but when the noise becomes quiet, when the room becomes still, the music was there all along. This is how guidance works. This is how peace works. This is how life speaks. It does not always shout, it often whispers. And you can only hear the whisper when you become still enough to listen. So if something has been making you chase, pause. If something has been making you feel small, pause. If something has been taking your peace, pause. If you feel like you are running after love, approval, success, or safety, pause. Not to punish yourself, not to punish anyone else, but to return to the truth. You are not here to live as a person who must constantly run after life. You are here to live as a soul who remembers that life can also come toward you. There is a gentle power in saying, I am going to be still now. I am going to trust now. I am going to stop reaching with fear and start receiving with faith. At first, stillness may feel strange. Your mind may say, do something, fix this, chase it, check again, ask again, push again, but breathe. The mind is used to noise. the heart is learning peace. Give yourself time. Give yourself kindness. Give yourself the gift of not reacting from fear. Stillness is not empty. Stillness is full of wisdom. Stillness is where you remember who you are. Stillness is where you gather your energy back from all the places you left it. Stillness is where you stop asking, "Why am I not chosen?" and begin saying, "I choose myself." Stillness is where you stop asking, "Why is this not here yet?" and begin saying, "I trust the timing of my life." Stillness is where you stop asking, "What if I lose it?" and begin saying, "What is real cannot be lost by my peace." Say it gently, "What is real cannot be lost by my peace. What is meant for me will not be taken away by my stillness. What belongs to me can find me when I am calm. I am safe to stop chasing." Let these words become a soft place inside you. Let them remind you that you are not here to live in fear of losing. You are here to live in trust. You are here to become open. You are here to remember that the universe is not small and your path is not over. There are blessings you have not seen yet. There are answers that are forming now. There are doors that are preparing to open. There are good things that can come when you finally stop blocking them with panic. Sometimes what you want cannot come close because you keep standing in front of the door, pushing, crying, demanding, and trying to force it open. But when you step back, breathe, and become still, you may notice something beautiful. The door may open by itself, or another door, softer and better, may appear beside it. Or you may realize that the door you were fighting for was never the one your soul truly needed. This is why stillness is sacred. It gives life room to show you the truth. It gives you room to see clearly. It gives your heart room to heal. It gives the universe room to rearrange what your fear was trying to control. So right now, let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. Let your hands open. You do not have to hold life so tightly. You do not have to keep running in your mind. You do not have to solve every unknown today. You do not have to know how everything will return, when it will return, or if it should return. You only have to return to yourself. This is the beginning. I stopped chasing. I stayed still. I came home to my own heart. And from that still place, life began to move again. Chasing can look like effort, but many times it is fear wearing a mask. It can look like love, but often it is the fear of being left. It can look like ambition, but sometimes it is the fear of not being enough. It can look like care, but deep inside, it may be the fear that if you stop holding everything together, everything will fall apart. And this kind of chasing becomes painful. Not all at once, but slowly. It starts with one small worry, then one more thought, then one more action taken from fear. You check again. You ask again. You explain again. You try again. You wait again. You give more. You bend more. You ignore your own feelings more. And little by little, you begin to feel tired in a way sleep cannot fix. The pain of chasing is not only in the body, it is in the heart. It is the pain of always feeling like peace is somewhere outside of you. It is the pain of believing that your happiness depends on someone answering, something changing, a door opening, a dream arriving, or a sign appearing. It is the pain of giving your power away to something you cannot control. When you chase love, you may forget that you are love. You may begin to think that if someone chooses you, then you are worthy. If someone stays, then you are safe. If someone gives you attention, then you matter. But my dear, your worth cannot be held in another person's hands. Your peace cannot depend on another person's mood. Your value cannot rise and fall with someone else's actions. You were worthy before they came. You remain worthy if they go. And you are worthy now, even while you are learning how to stop chasing. When you chase approval, you may forget your own voice. You may begin to shape yourself into what others like. You may say yes when your heart says no. You may hide your truth because you fear being judged. You may try to be easy, helpful, pleasing, quiet, perfect, strong, or needed, just so you will not be rejected. But approval gained by losing yourself is not peace. It is a cage. A soft-looking cage, maybe, but still a cage. And your soul was not made to live inside the small space of other people's opinions. When you chase success, you may forget to enjoy life. You may believe that rest must be earned, that joy must wait, that peace can only come after the next goal is reached. You may push your body, ignore your heart, and tell yourself just a little more, just one more step, just one more thing. But if you cannot feel enough now, success will not teach you enough later. It may bring comfort. It may bring choices. It may bring open doors. But the feeling of enoughness must begin inside. Otherwise, even when you receive more, your mind will still ask for more. When you chase answers, you may lose trust in the present moment. You may keep asking, what will happen? When will it happen? How will it happen? What should I do? What does this mean? And there is nothing wrong with wanting clarity. But when the need for answers becomes stronger than your trust in life, the mind becomes restless. You may spend the whole day living in a future that has not arrived yet. You may miss the quiet support that is already here. You may miss the breath, the guidance, the small blessing, the simple next step. Chasing creates the feeling that life is always outside your reach. It tells you that peace is over there. Love is over there. Safety is over there. Happiness is over there. and so you keep running. But each time you reach the thing you thought would save you, the mind finds something else to chase. This is why chasing never truly ends. It is not because you are weak. It is because fear cannot be satisfied by outside things. Fear always wants more proof, more signs, more control, more promises, more certainty. But the soul does not need all of that. The soul needs trust. Think about how it feels when you chase. Your chest may feel tight. Your stomach may feel heavy. Your thoughts may move too fast. Your sleep may feel broken. Your energy may feel scattered. Your joy may feel far away. Even when something good happens, you may not fully enjoy it because you are already afraid of losing it. This is the pain of chasing. It steals the present moment. It turns blessings into worries. It turns love into fear. It turns dreams into pressure. And often, the thing being chased starts to feel heavier too. A relationship becomes a place of anxiety. A dream becomes a burden. A goal becomes a test of worth. A simple desire becomes something your whole identity depends on. You may begin to think, if this does not happen, I am not enough. If this person does not return, I am not lovable. If this plan fails, my life is over. But none of that is true. It is fear speaking. Fear makes one thing look like everything. Fear makes one door look like the only door. Fear makes one delay look like a final answer. But life is much wider than fear allows you to see. There is not only one way. There is not only one chance. There is not only one person. There is not only one path. There is not only one moment when goodness can reach you. Life is full of unseen roads. Life is full of quiet timing. Life is full of gentle turns that your mind cannot plan. But when you chase too hard, your eyes stay fixed on one small point, and you may miss the wider field of blessings around you. The pain of chasing also comes from self-abandonment. This means leaving yourself behind to reach something else. It means you stop asking, how do I feel? And only ask, how do I get this? It means you stop caring for your own peace and start caring only about the outcome. It means you silence your inner voice when it says, this hurts. You may tell yourself, I just need to keep going. I just need to try harder. I just need to be more patient. But patience is not the same as losing yourself. Love is not the same as suffering. Faith is not the same as fear. There is a gentle question you can ask yourself. Is this desire bringing me closer to myself or farther away from myself? When I move toward it, do I feel more peaceful, more honest, more open, more alive? Or do I feel smaller, more afraid, more tired, more confused? Your body often knows before your mind is ready to admit it. Your heart sends soft signals. Tightness, sadness, unease, exhaustion. A quiet feeling that says, this is costing too much of me. Listen to that feeling with love. Do not judge yourself for chasing. Everyone has chased something at some point. Everyone has wanted love so badly that they forgot their own love. Everyone has wanted certainty so deeply that they tried to control life. Everyone has felt afraid of being left behind. You are not bad for chasing. You are human. But you are also healing. And healing begins when you notice the chase and choose to stop, even for one breath. The chase often begins with a belief like, I must work hard for love, or good things do not come easily to me, or if I relax, I will lose everything, or I have to prove my worth. These beliefs may have been with you for a long time. Maybe you learned them when you were young. Maybe life taught you to be strong, careful, and alert. Maybe you had to fight for attention, love, safety, or support. So now, even when good comes, your body does not know how to rest. It thinks chasing is protection. But my dear, you can teach your body a new way. You can teach your heart that peace is safe. You can teach your mind that you do not have to run after everything. You can begin with small moments, a breath before reacting, a pause before reaching, a quiet hand on your heart before you decide, a soft affirmation before the old fear takes over. Say to yourself, I no longer chase from fear. I return to peace. I am safe to let life meet me. I am safe to receive without running. At first, these words may feel new. They may even feel untrue. That is all right. You are not forcing yourself to believe everything at once. You are planting new seeds. Every gentle word is a seed. Every breath of trust is a seed. Every moment you do not chase is a seed. And with time, the old pattern begins to loosen. The body begins to understand. The heart begins to soften. The mind begins to rest. Chasing can also make you blind to what is already good. When all your energy is focused on what has not arrived, you may forget what is already here. You may forget the people who do care, the small signs of support, the strength inside your own body, the roof over your head, the breath moving through you, the quiet chances, the little moments of grace. Chasing says, not enough, not yet, not this. Gratitude says, there is good here too. And the moment you notice the good that is here, your energy changes. This does not mean you stop wanting more. It means you stop needing more in order to feel whole. You can desire love and still be at peace. You can desire success and still rest. You can desire healing and still be kind to your body today. You can desire answers and still trust the unknown. Wanting is not the problem. Chasing from fear is what hurts. Desire can be beautiful when it comes from love. It becomes painful when it becomes proof of your worth. Let your desires become prayers, not chides. Let them be held with open hands. Say, this is what I would love, and I trust life to bring what is right. Say, I am open to this or something better. Say, I do not need to suffer to receive. Say, I am willing to let life surprise me. The chase becomes softer when you remember that you are not trying to earn life's love. You are already part of life. The same life that moves the clouds, grows the flowers, brings the morning, and keeps your heart beating is moving through you. You are not separate from support. You are not outside the circle of good. You may have forgotten, but you are still held. So if you have been chasing, forgive yourself. If you have been trying too hard, forgive yourself. If you have been holding on with tired hands, forgive yourself. Place your hand over your heart and say, I was only trying to feel safe. I was only trying to be loved. I was only trying to make life work. And now I choose a kinder way. There is no shame in realizing you are tired. There is wisdom in it. Tiredness can become a doorway. It can show you where you have been forcing. It can show you where you have been ignoring your own needs. It can show you where you are ready to stop running. It can show you where peace is calling you back. The world may praise chasing. It may praise overworking, overgiving, overthinking, and always being available. But your soul does not need praise from the world. Your soul needs peace. Your soul needs truth. Your soul needs room to breathe. Your soul needs you to come back. The pain of chasing ends when you stop believing that peace is outside of you. It ends when you stop treating your worth as something that can be given or taken. It ends when you stop asking life to prove that you are safe and begin building safety within your own heart. It ends when you choose stillness, not as a punishment, but as a return. And when you stop chasing, something beautiful begins to happen. You may feel uncomfortable at first because the old pattern wants to keep running. But then, slowly, your energy begins to return. The pieces of you that were spread across people, plans, fears, and outcomes begin coming home. You feel your breath again. You hear your own thoughts again. You remember your own needs again. You begin to see that you were never as empty as fear made you feel. You were tired, but not broken. Afraid, but not powerless. Lost in the chase, but never truly lost. And now, with each breath, you can come back. Say softly, I release the pain of chasing. I release the fear of losing. I release the need to prove my worth. I return to myself. I am enough in this moment. I am safe in this moment. I am open to receive in this moment. Let these words be gentle. Do not push them. Do not force them. Let them sit beside you like a warm light. Let them remind you that you do not need to run after what is real. You do not need to hold tightly to what belongs to you. You do not need to become less of yourself to receive more from life. Chasing says, I must get this or I will not be okay. Stillness says, I am okay now and from this peace, I allow what is right to come. Chasing says, I am behind. Stillness says, I am on time. Chasing says, I have to force it. Stillness says, life knows the way. Chasing says, I am not enough yet. Stillness says, I am already whole. And the more you practice stillness, the more you will feel the truth of it. You will begin to notice that some things return when you stop pulling them. Some answers appear when you stop demanding them. Some people show their true energy when you stop chasing them. Some doors open when you stop banging on them. Some blessings arrive when your hands are finally open. This is not about controlling life by pretending not to care. This is not about playing games. This is not about trying to make something come back by acting still on the outside while panic lives inside. This is about real peace, real surrender, real trust. It is about choosing yourself so deeply that you no longer need to chase what asks you to abandon your soul. The pain of chasing has taught you something. It has shown you where you forgot your worth. It has shown you where fear was leading. It has shown you where your heart needs care. And now you can thank the lesson without living inside it forever. You can say, I see what chasing has cost me. I see how tired I became. I see how small I felt. And now I choose differently. I choose peace. I choose stillness. I choose myself. I choose to let life come to me in the right way, at the right time, with the right energy. Let that choice be enough for today. You do not have to change everything at once. One pause is powerful. One breath is powerful. One moment of not chasing is powerful. One moment of choosing peace can begin to change the direction of your whole life. Stillness is often misunderstood. Many people think that if you stop chasing, you have given up. They think if you stop pushing, you no longer care. They think if you stop trying to control the outcome, you are being weak. But stillness is not giving up. Stillness is one of the deepest forms of trust. Stillness says, I have done what I can do, and now I allow life to do what I cannot do. Stillness says, I will not destroy my peace trying to force what is not ready. Stillness says, I trust that what is meant for me can reach me without fear leading the way. Stillness says, I am willing to listen before I act. I am willing to breathe before I react. I am willing to let my soul guide me instead of my fear. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. There is a difference between giving up and letting go. Giving up comes from hopelessness. Letting go comes from trust. Giving up says, nothing good will happen. Letting go says, I believe good can happen without me forcing it. Giving up closes the heart. Letting go opens the heart. Giving up feels heavy. Letting go feels soft, even if it also feels new. Giving up says, I am done because I am broken. Letting go says, I am resting because I am worthy of peace. Stillness is the space between fear and action. It is the sacred pause where you stop reacting from old pain and begin choosing from inner peace. It is the moment you do not send the message out of panic. The moment you do not say yes just to be liked. The moment you do not chase the door that keeps closing. The moment you do not argue with life because it is not moving on your schedule. The moment you sit with yourself and ask, what would love do now? What would trust choose now? What would peace say now? In stillness, you may discover that some things do not need more effort. They need more space. Some situations do not need another push. They need time. Some dreams do not need fear. They need faith. Some people do not need to be chased. They need to be allowed to show whether they can meet you with love and respect. Some answers do not come through overthinking. They come when the mind becomes quiet enough to receive them. Stillness teaches you that life is not only moved by force. Life is also moved by energy, by readiness, by timing, by openness, by alignment. When your energy is full of fear, you may do many things, but they carry the weight of panic. When your energy is calm, even a small action can carry power. A word spoken from peace can do more than 100 words spoken from fear. A step taken from trust can do more than 10 steps taken from desperation. This is why stillness is not laziness. It is not doing nothing forever. It is becoming quiet enough to know the right thing to do. It is saving your energy for what truly matters. It is refusing to waste your soul on fear. It is letting your action come from peace instead of panic. There are times when life asks you to move. There are times when life asks you to speak, choose, create, begin, leave, say yes, say no, try again, or take the next step. Stillness does not stop you from acting. It helps you act clearly. It helps you move from love instead of fear. It helps you know the difference between inspired action and anxious action. Anxious action feels tight. It says, I must do this now, or I will lose everything. Inspired action feels steady. It says, this is the next right step. Anxious action drains you. Inspired action may take effort, but it does not make you abandon yourself. Anxious action comes from the fear that life will not help. Inspired action comes from the trust that life is already helping. So when you become still, you are not closing the door to life. You are opening a clearer door. You are saying, I no longer want to move from fear. I want to move from truth. And that choice changes everything. Stillness also helps you see what is truly meant for you. When you are chasing, it is hard to tell whether something is aligned or whether you are simply afraid to lose it. Fear can make even the wrong thing look necessary. Fear can make a painful situation look like the only chance. Fear can make silence feel like rejection, delay feel like failure, and change feel like danger. But stillness clears the water. Stillness lets the truth rise. Imagine a bowl of water with sand at the bottom. If you keep shaking it, the water stays cloudy. You cannot see clearly. But if you set the bowl down and let it rest, the sand settles. the water becomes clear. This is what stillness does inside you. It lets the fear settle. It lets the noise settle. It lets the old wounds settle. And then you can see. You may see that something you were chasing was not bringing peace. You may see that a closed door was protecting you. You may see that a delay was giving you time to grow. You may see that you were asking for something smaller than what life wanted to give you. You may see that you do not actually want the thing the same way anymore. Or you may see that you still want it, but you no longer want to lose yourself for it. That is freedom. Stillness returns you to your own center. It reminds you that you are not just a person waiting for life to happen. You are a living soul with power, peace, and wisdom inside. You are allowed to choose your energy. You are allowed to protect your heart. You are allowed to rest from the chase. You are allowed to say, I will not meet life with panic anymore. I will meet life with trust. Say softly, I am safe when I am still. Life knows how to find me. What is meant for me can reach me in peace. I do not need to chase. I allow life to come in the right way. Feel how different that is from fear. Fear says run. Stillness says breathe. Fear says hold tighter. Stillness says open your hands. Fear says you will lose it. Stillness says what is real will not be lost by peace. Fear says you are alone. Stillness says life is with you. When you practice stillness, you begin to build a new relationship with life. You stop treating life like an enemy that must be controlled. You begin to treat life like a partner. You begin to feel that you are working with something greater than your small plans. You begin to understand that not every delay is against you. Not every silence is empty. Not every closed door is a punishment. Not every pause is failure. Sometimes the pause is where the miracle is gathering strength. This can be hard to trust at first, especially if you are used to earning everything through effort. If you have always had to be the strong one, the responsible one, the one who fixes, the one who reaches, the one who keeps everything together, stillness may feel uncomfortable. You may feel guilt when you rest. You may feel fear when you stop pushing. You may feel like life will not move unless you make it move. But breathe. That is an old belief. You are allowed to learn something new. The sun rises without your control. Your heart beats without your planning. Your breath comes again and again, even when you forget to thank it. The trees grow without forcing themselves. The seasons change without chasing each other. Life already knows how to move. You are part of that life. You can trust its rhythm more than you have. This does not mean you never make effort. It means your effort does not have to come from fear. It means you can work, love, create, pray, plan, and move forward without losing your peace. It means you can desire something deeply and still trust that you are okay now. It means you can take steps toward your dream without begging the dream to prove your worth. It means you can love someone without chasing them into loving you back. It means you can open to blessings without trying to control every detail of how they arrive. Stillness is a spiritual strength because it asks you to believe before you see. It asks you to trust before the answer comes. It asks you to rest while the outer world may still look unfinished. It asks you to hold peace in the middle of uncertainty. This is not easy, but it is powerful. Anyone can panic when things are unclear. It takes deep inner strength to breathe and say, I trust the unfolding of my life. Say it now. I trust the unfolding of my life. I trust the timing of my life. I trust the wisdom of life. I trust that what belongs to me is not lost. I trust that stillness is guiding me. Let this trust become simple. You do not have to make it perfect. You do not have to feel peaceful every minute. You only have to return again and again. When fear rises, return. When the urge to chase comes, return. When your mind becomes loud, return. When you want to force the answer, return. Place your hand on your heart and say, I am here. I am safe. I choose stillness. Stillness does not mean you will never feel fear. It means fear no longer gets to drive your life. Stillness does not mean you never desire. It means desire no longer makes you forget your worth. Stillness does not mean you stop caring. It means you care for yourself too. And this is the gentle balance. You can care and still let go. You can hope and still rest. You can desire and still trust. You can be open and still have boundaries. You can love and still choose yourself. You can wait and still live. You can be still and still be powerful. When you stop chasing, you may begin to notice who and what can meet you in your peace. This is important. Some things only respond to your panic. Some people only stay when you overgive. Some doors only open when you force yourself into shapes that hurt. But what is truly aligned with your soul will not require you to live in constant fear. It will be able to meet you in calmness. It will respect your peace. It will not need you to abandon yourself. Stillness reveals this. It shows you what returns with love and what leaves when you stop chasing. And even if something leaves, do not be afraid. What leaves when you choose peace was connected to the old version of you that believed fear was love. Let it go with blessing. Let life make room. Let your heart breathe. Something more honest can come. Sometimes people fear stillness because they think it will make them lose what they want. But stillness does not take away what is meant for you. It only removes what was feeding on your fear. It clears the space. It cleans the energy. It brings truth to the surface. and truth is always a gift, even when it first feels tender. If something truly belongs in your life, your peace will not destroy it. Your stillness will not push it away. Your self-love will not ruin it. Your boundaries will not break it. What is real can meet the real you. Hat is meant can stand in the light of your wholeness. What is good for your soul will not ask you to keep chasing in order to keep it alive. So become still, not to make something come back, but because your soul deserves rest. Become still, not as a trick, not as a game, not as a way to control the outcome from the back door, but as an act of love for yourself. Become still because you are tired of fear being the leader. Become still because peace is your true home. Become still because life can speak when you listen. In this stillness, begin to bless yourself. Say, I bless the part of me that chased. I bless the part of me that was afraid. I bless the part of me that wanted to be chosen. I bless the part of me that tried so hard. And now I invite all parts of me to rest. There is nothing wrong with you. You were learning. You were trying to feel safe. You were trying to receive love. You were trying to protect a dream. But now your soul is ready for a higher way, a softer way, a way that does not require you to suffer for what is yours. Stillness is the doorway into that way. It is the quiet moment when you stop asking, how do I make this happen? And begin asking, how do I align with peace? It is the moment you stop saying, I need this to be okay, and begin saying, I am okay, and from this place, I welcome what is right. It is the moment you stop trying to pull life toward you and begin allowing yourself to be held by life. You may not see everything change at once. That is all right. Stillness is not always loud. Sometimes it works quietly. It softens your nervous system. It clears your thoughts. It brings back your energy. It helps you sleep. It helps you stop reacting. It helps you hear guidance. It helps you see the next right step. It helps you understand what your heart truly wants. It helps you become available to good. And then slowly, things begin to shift. Not always in the way you planned, but in the way your soul needs. You may feel lighter. You may stop checking so much. You may stop needing proof every moment. You may feel less afraid of silence. You may start enjoying your own company. You may begin to trust that life is still moving even when you are not pushing. You may begin to see signs of support in small places. You may begin to feel that everything is not on your shoulders. This is when life can come closer. Not because you controlled it, but because you opened. Not because you chased, but because you aligned. Not because you forced, but because you trusted. Not because you gave up, but because you finally stopped fighting the flow. Say softly, I am still and I am safe. I am still and life is moving. I am still and good is coming. I am still and I am open. I am still and what is meant for me knows the way. Let those words settle into you. Let them become the new rhythm of your heart. You do not need to run after every blessing. You can become a peaceful place where blessings feel welcome. You do not need to chase love. You can become love. You do not need to chase peace. You can remember peace. You do not need to chase worth. You can claim it now. Stillness is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a new way of living. A way where you no longer measure your value by what stays or leaves. A way where you no longer use fear as proof that you care. A way where you no longer confuse struggle with devotion. A way where you allow life to meet you gently. So today, allow yourself to be still, even for a moment, even for one breath. Let the world keep moving while you return to your center. Let the unanswered questions rest for a little while. Let the closed doors be closed for now. Let the silence be silence for now. Let the future breathe. Let your heart breathe. You are not giving up. You are coming home. You are not losing power. You are gathering it back. You are not doing nothing. You are choosing peace. You are not being left behind. You are being brought back into alignment. And from that alignment, what is meant for you can find you. What is right can reach you. What is true can stay. What is not true can gently fall away. What belongs to your soul can come forward without being chased. This is the quiet miracle of stillness. It brings you back to yourself first. And once you have yourself again, you are no longer empty-handed. You are no longer waiting for the world to give you permission to feel whole. You are no longer asking life to prove that you matter. You know, you feel it. You begin to live from it. I am safe when I am still. Life knows how to find me. I do not chase. I trust. I do not force. I allow. I do not beg. I receive. I am here. I am whole. I am ready for the good that comes in peace. When you chase something with fear in your heart, your energy becomes tight. You may not notice it at first, but life feels it. Your body feels it. Your heart feels it. The thing you are chasing feels it too. Fear has a way of holding too tightly. It reaches with both hands and says, "Please do not leave me. Please do not forget me. Please prove that I am safe. Please prove that I am enough." And even when the words are not spoken, the energy is there. This is why some things seem to move farther away when you chase them. It is not always because they are bad. It is not always because you are doing something wrong. It is often because chasing carries the energy of fear, and fear does not create peace. Fear creates pressure. Fear creates need. Fear creates a feeling of not enough. And when something is surrounded by pressure, it cannot breathe. Love cannot breathe there. Peace cannot breathe there. Joy cannot breathe there. Even your own heart cannot breathe there. Think about the feeling of holding sand in your hand. If your palm is open, the sand can rest there. But if you squeeze it tightly, it slips through your fingers. This is how life often works. When you grip too hard, you lose the peace you were trying to protect. When you hold too tightly, the thing you love begins to feel like something you are afraid of losing. And when fear becomes the center, the natural flow is blocked. Chasing often begins with one simple fear, the fear of losing. You may fear losing a person. You may fear losing a chance. You may fear losing success. You may fear losing time. You may fear losing the future you imagined. And because you are afraid, you start moving from panic. You try to fix everything quickly. You try to control what others feel. You try to control what life gives. You try to control when the answer comes, how the door opens, and how the blessing returns. But life does not respond well to panic. Your soul does not grow in panic. Your peace does not bloom in panic. Panic makes you run in circles. It tells you that if you stop moving, everything will disappear. It tells you that if you rest, someone else will receive what was meant for you. It tells you that if you do not hold on tightly, you will be forgotten. But my dear, what is truly meant for you does not need fear to keep it alive. What belongs to your soul can meet you in peace. What is real does not need you to become desperate. What is aligned with your life does not require you to lose yourself in order to keep it. If something can only stay while you are chasing, overgiving, begging, proving, or hurting yourself, then stillness will show you the truth about it. And the truth may feel tender, but it will set your heart free. Sometimes things leave when you stop chasing because they were never meant to stay in your peace. They were only connected to the part of you that felt afraid. They were attached to the old belief that you had to earn love by suffering. They were tied to the old pattern of running after approval, attention, or safety. So when you become still, when you stop feeding the fear, those things may fall away. And at first, the mind may panic. It may say, "See, I knew I had to chase. I knew if I stopped, I would lose it." But breathe. Sometimes losing what required your fear is not a loss. Sometimes it is protection. Sometimes it is freedom. Sometimes it is life saying, "This cannot come with you into the peaceful version of your life." Sometimes what leaves is not leaving to punish you. It is leaving because your soul has outgrown the need to suffer for it. There is also another truth. Sometimes things move away when you chase because they need space to return in the right way. A person may need space to understand their own heart. A dream may need time to form. A door may need the right timing to open. An answer may need silence to become clear. But when you keep chasing, you fill all the space with worry. You do not let life breathe. You do not let the situation settle. You do not let the truth rise. You keep stirring the water, and then you wonder why you cannot see clearly. Stillness gives everything room to reveal itself. It gives love room to come willingly. It gives success room to come naturally. It gives healing room to happen gently. It gives life room to show what is real and what is only held together by fear. And this is why stillness is so powerful. It does not force, it reveals. Fear of being forgotten is one of the deepest fears behind chasing. The heart says, if I do not remind them, they will forget me. If I do not keep trying, life will pass me by. If I do not stay busy, I will miss my chance. But life does not forget what belongs to you. The universe does not misplace your blessings. What is meant for you is not so weak that one quiet moment can make it disappear. Say softly to yourself, what is meant for me does not forget me. What belongs to my soul knows the way. I am safe to stop chasing. I am safe to be still. Let those words settle in your body. Let them touch the fear that believes you must always be seen to be loved. Let them comfort the part of you that thinks silence means rejection. Let them soothe the part of you that feels unsafe when life is not giving quick proof. You are allowed to rest even when you do not have every answer. You are allowed to be calm even before everything is solved. You are allowed to trust even when the outer world is quiet. Fear also tells you that you are not enough. It says, if you were enough, they would choose you. If you were enough, it would have happened by now. If you were enough, you would not have to wait. If you were enough, life would look different. But that is not truth. That is fear trying to explain delay. That is fear turning one moment into a story about your worth. You are enough now. You were enough before the door opened. You are enough while the door is closed. You are enough when someone comes close. You are enough when someone walks away. You are enough before the success arrives. You are enough while the dream is still growing. Your worth is not waiting at the finish line. Your worth is here, breathing with you right now. When you chase from the fear of not being enough, you begin to perform for life. You try to become more lovable, more useful, more impressive, more available, more perfect. You try to shape yourself into what you think will be chosen. But the soul cannot feel peace while wearing a mask. Your heart cannot feel safe when you keep abandoning your truth. And what is meant for you does not need a false version of you. It needs the real you, the honest you, the peaceful you, the whole you. Stillness helps you return to the real you. It helps you stop asking, "How do I make them choose me?" and start asking, "Am I choosing myself?" It helps you stop asking, "How do I make this happen faster?" and start asking, "What is life teaching me in this pause?" It helps you stop asking, "How do I control this?" and start asking, "How can I trust myself more deeply?" This shift changes everything, because when you stop chasing, you stop sending the message that you are empty without the thing you want. You stop telling life that your peace depends on one outcome. You stop placing your heart in the hands of uncertainty. You begin to stand in your own energy again. You begin to feel your own breath again. You begin to remember that you are not here to be ruled by fear. Chasing says, "I need this to be okay." Stillness says, "I am okay, and I welcome what is right." Chasing says, "Please come back so I can feel whole." Stillness says, "I am becoming whole, and woe that is right can meet me here." Chasing says, "I must force this." Stillness says, "I trust the flow of my life." The fear of missing the right moment can also make you chase. You may think, "If I do not act now, it will be too late. If I do not push now, the chance will disappear. If I do not keep trying, someone else will get what was meant for me." But divine timing does not work through panic. What is meant for you does not depend on you living in fear every second. Life has more ways than your mind can count. Life can open a door you did not know existed. Life can bring an answer through a path you never planned. Life can return what is right in a way that feels natural, not forced. This does not mean you never act. It means you do not act from terror. You do not act from the belief that life is against you. You do not act from the feeling that you must fight the whole universe to receive one blessing. You act when your heart is clear. You act when your body is steady. You act when peace says, "This is the next step." And if peace is not speaking yet, you wait, you breathe, you become still. There is great courage in waiting with trust. There is great courage in not chasing when every old wound wants to run. There is great courage in saying, "I will not let fear decide for me today." The world may not see that courage. Others may not clap for that courage, but your soul knows, your body knows, life knows. Every time you choose stillness over panic, you are healing something deep inside you. What leaves when you chase may be teaching you how to stop holding life from fear. What returns when you become still may be showing you what is truly aligned. And what never comes back may be making room for something that can meet you in peace. Let that be a gentle truth, not a hard one. You do not need to be afraid of what leaves. You do not need to fear what is quiet. You do not need to panic when something does not move on your schedule. The pause may be sacred. The space may be healing. The silence may be preparing something your mind cannot yet understand. Place your hand on your heart and say softly, "I release the fear of losing." I release the fear of being forgotten. I release the fear of not being enough. I release the fear of missing what is meant for me. What belongs to me can find me in peace. Feel the body soften as you say this. Maybe not all at once. Maybe just a little. That is enough. Healing often begins as a small space inside the chest, a small breath that feels easier, a small moment where the mind does not have to run, a small opening where trust can enter. The truth is, chasing does not make you more worthy. Stillness does not make you less worthy. Your worth has never depended on how hard you fight for love, how long you wait for approval, how much you prove, or how much you carry. You are worthy because you exist. You are worthy because life flows through you. You are worthy because your soul is part of the same loving wisdom that moves the whole universe. When you know this, you begin to chase less. Not because you have no desires, but because you know your deed. Desires do not define you. You can want something and still be whole. You can miss something and still be safe. You can hope for something and still live today. You can love something and still let it breathe. You can open your hands and trust that life will not leave them empty forever. Sometimes the greatest spiritual lesson is not how to get what you want. It is how to stop losing yourself while wanting it. It is how to desire without fear. It is how to love without gripping. It is how to dream without panic. It is how to wait without becoming bitter. It is how to trust without seeing the whole path. This is why things may leave when you chase them. Chasing carries the energy of fear, but stillness carries the energy of trust. And what is meant for your healed life will recognize the energy of trust. It will not need you to break yourself. It will not need you to beg. It will not need you to run after it until your heart is tired. It will meet you in a way that honors your peace. So if something has moved away, breathe. If something has gone quiet, breathe. If a door has not opened yet, breathe. If an answer has not come, breathe. Do not use the silence as proof that you are forgotten. Do not use the delay as proof that you are not enough. Do not use the distance as proof that life is against you. Instead say, this space is not empty. This space is teaching me. This space is returning me to myself. This space is making room for what is true. And then become still. Not cold, not closed, not angry. Still, soft, open, trusting. Let life show you what belongs. Let life show you what can return in peace. Let life show you what was only held together by fear. Let life show you that you do not need to chase what is truly meant for your soul. The moment you stop chasing, you may feel the old fear rise. Let it rise, but do not let it lead. Let it speak, but do not obey every word. Fear may say, run. You can say, I breathe. Fear may say, hold tighter. You can say, I open my hands. Fear may say, "You will lose everything." You can say, "What is meant for me cannot be lost through peace." This is how you become free, not by forcing fear to disappear, but by choosing not to follow it, not by pretending you do not care, but by caring for yourself too, not by closing your heart, but by opening it without handing it over to panic. What is meant for you will not require you to live in fear. What is meant for you will not punish you for choosing peace. What is meant for you will not need you to chase until you are empty. What is meant for you can meet you in stillness, because stillness is where your real self lives. There is a moment when something inside you becomes very quiet. You may not plan it. You may not know it is coming. But after so much chasing, so much thinking, so much hoping, so much trying to hold everything together, a soft voice inside says, "Enough. I cannot keep running like this." And that moment, my dear, is not the end. It is the beginning of your return. The moment you stop running, your soul takes a breath. It is as if all the parts of you that were scattered across people, problems, dreams, fears, and questions begin to come home. You may feel tired. You may feel emotional. You may feel unsure. That is all right. When you have been running for a long time, stillness can feel strange at first. Peace can feel unfamiliar. Rest can feel unsafe, but stay with it. Do not run from the quiet. The quiet is where you will find yourself again. For so long, you may have believed that if you stopped, life would stop too. If you stopped checking, caring, pushing, worrying, planning, proving, reaching, then everything would fall apart. But when you finally pause, something surprising begins to happen. The world does not end. The breath continues. The heart continues. The sun rises again. Life keeps moving. And you begin to see that maybe not everything was resting on your shoulders after all. This is a holy realization. You do not have to hold the whole sky. You do not have to keep every door open. You do not have to carry every outcome. You do not have to make everyone understand. You do not have to force love to stay, force success to come, force healing to happen, or force answers to appear before their time. You can stop running. You can breathe. You can return to yourself. Say softly, "I stop chasing. I return to myself. I trust what is meant for me." Let those words become a gentle hand on your heart. I stop chasing. I return to myself. I trust what is meant for me. Feel how simple they are. Feel how strong they are. They do not beg. They do not fight. They do not panic. They stand quietly in truth. The moment you stop running, you begin to feel what the chase was hiding. You may feel sadness you pushed away. You may feel fear you did not want to face. You may feel grief for the ways you left yourself behind. You may feel anger at how much you gave without receiving the same care back. Let these feelings come with kindness. They are not here to punish you. They are here to be heard. They are parts of you asking to be loved. Stillness does not always feel peaceful at first. Sometimes it feels like everything you avoided begins to rise. But this is not a mistake. This is healing. When the water becomes still, what was hidden underneath can be seen. When the body stops running, the heart can finally speak. When the mind becomes quiet, the truth can rise gently to the surface. Do not be afraid of what you feel. Feelings are not enemies. They are messages. They are doors. They show you where love is needed. They show you where rest is needed. They show you where you have been too hard on yourself. They show you where you are ready to choose differently. Maybe your heart says, I am tired of proving myself. Listen. Maybe it says, I am tired of being afraid. Listen. Maybe it says, I want to be loved without chasing. Listen. Maybe it says, I want to feel safe inside myself. Listen. This listening is part of stillness. This listening is how you come back. The moment you stop running, your energy begins to gather. Imagine you have sent small pieces of yourself everywhere. One piece is waiting for a message. One piece is worrying about tomorrow. One piece is trying to fix the past. One piece is trying to make someone understand. One piece is trying to control the future. One piece is trying to prove you are enough. No wonder you feel tired. Your energy has been spread across too many places. But when you become still, you call yourself back. You say, come home. You say, I need my peace back. You say, I need my heart back. You say, I need my power back. And slowly, breath by breath, those pieces return. You begin to feel more present, more grounded, more alive. You begin to remember that you are not only the one who waits, you are not only the one who wants, you are not only the one who fears, you are the one who can choose peace. This is why the moment you stop running is so powerful. You stop giving all your life force to the unknown. You stop feeding every fear with your attention. You stop making the outside world the master of your inner world. You begin to become the loving keeper of your own heart. Place your hand on your heart and say, I am here now. I am with myself now. I do not abandon myself now. Let this be enough for a moment. You do not need to solve the whole story. You do not need to decide the whole future. You do not need to know what will come back, what will stay, what will leave, or what will change. You only need to be here, fully here, with your own breath, with your own body, with your own heart. The mind may not like this. The mind may want answers. The mind may say, but what if nothing changes? And you can answer gently, something is already changing. I am changing. My energy is changing. My relationship with myself is changing. My peace is coming back. Do not make the mistake of thinking change only counts when the outside world moves. Inner change is powerful. Inner change is where everything begins. When you stop running, you stop sending out the energy of panic. You stop saying to life, I am empty, please fill me. You begin saying, I am whole and I am open to receive. You stop saying, I must chase or I will lose. You begin saying, what is real can meet me in peace. You stop saying, I am behind. You begin saying, I am in the right place for my growth. This shift may be quiet, but it is deep. It changes the way you walk into a room. It changes the way you speak. It changes the way you wait. It changes the way you pray. It changes the way you love. It changes the way you look at closed doors. It changes the way you receive silence. It changes the way you hold desire. It changes the way you see yourself. Before, you may have waited with a tight heart. Now you wait with a soft heart. Before, you may have wanted from lack. Now you want from trust. Before, you may have chased to feel chosen. Now you choose yourself first. Before, you may have seen delay as rejection. Now you begin to see delay as space. Space for healing. Space for truth. Space for divine timing. Space for something better to form. This is not easy every day. There may be moments when the old urge returns. You may want to chase again. You may want to check again. You may want to push again. You may want to beg life for quick proof. When that happens, do not shame yourself. Just pause. Breathe. Smile gently at the part of you that is afraid. Say, I know you want to run because you want to feel safe. But today, we are learning a new safety. Today, we are staying with ourselves. This is how healing becomes real. Not by never feeling fear, but by meeting fear with love. Not by never wanting to chase, but by choosing stillness one more time. Not by becoming perfect, but by becoming present. The moment you stop running, you may also begin to see what was running after you all along. Peace may have been trying to reach you, but you were moving too fast. Guidance may have been whispering, but your fear was too loud. Love may have been within you, but your eyes were fixed only on who did or did not give it from the outside. Blessings may have been around you, but your mind was focused only on what was missing. Stillness helps you notice. It helps you see the small good, the breath that supports you, the bed that holds you, the light that enters the room, the quiet strength in your body, the kindness that appears in small ways, the feeling of being alive, the simple miracle of one more day. When you notice these things, you are not settling for less. You are opening the door to more. Gratitude opens the heart, and an open heart receives more clearly. The moment you stop running, you begin to understand that peace is not found at the end of the chase. Peace is found when the chase stops. The mind says, I will be peaceful when I get it. The soul says, be peaceful and then see what comes. The mind says, I will rest when I know. The soul says, rest and the knowing will come. The mind says, I need proof. The soul says, trust is the proof you build within. You are not being asked to stop caring. You are being asked to stop suffering. You are not being asked to stop dreaming. You are being asked to stop turning your dream into a reason to hurt yourself. You are not being asked to close your heart. You are being asked to open your heart without losing your center. There is a beautiful strength in saying, I can love this, but I will not chase it. I can desire this, but I will not fear it. I can hope for this, but I will not abandon myself for it. I can welcome this, but I will not force it. This is the energy that calls your power back. When you are no longer running, you become easier for life to reach. You become steady enough to receive. You become quiet enough to hear. You become open enough to be surprised. The things meant for you do not have to fight through your panic to find you. They can meet you in the open space of your peace. Say again, I stop chasing. I return to myself. I trust what is meant for me. Now breathe into the words, I return to myself. What does that mean? It means you stop leaving your body to live in fear. It means you stop living only in tomorrow. It means you stop placing all your hope in one answer. It means you come back to this breath, this body, this moment. It means you remember your own worth. It means you care for your own heart. It means you become your own safe place. To return to yourself is to stop asking the outside world to give you permission to feel enough. It is to say, I am enough before anything changes. It is to say, I am loved by life even in the pause. It is to say, I can be still and still be held. It is to say, I trust the good that is meant for me, and I trust myself if something is not meant for me. This is a deeper kind of trust. It is not only trust that things will come back. It is trust that you will be okay either way. It is trust that if something returns, you can receive it with wisdom. And if something does not return, life can still bless you. It is trust that your path is wider than one outcome. It is trust that your soul knows how to heal. It is trust that love can find you in many forms. It is trust that the universe has not run out of ways to support you. The moment you stop running, you stop making one thing your whole world. You begin to let the whole world breathe again. You see that your life is not over because one door is closed. You see that your worth is not gone because one person is silent. You see that your future is not ruined because one plan changed. You see that you are still here, still breathing, still guided, still able to receive. This is where peace begins. Not because everything outside becomes perfect, but because you stop making your peace depend on perfection. You let the outer world be unfinished while you become gentle inside. You let the answer take its time. while you care for your heart. You let life move in its own rhythm while you stop fighting the rhythm of your soul. Maybe today the most spiritual thing you can do is not chase. Maybe today the miracle is not the return of something outside you. Maybe today the miracle is your own return, your return to peace, your return to your breath, your return to your worth, your return to the quiet truth that you are loved by life even now. Let this be your prayer. I am no longer running from myself. I am no longer chasing from fear. I am no longer giving my peace away. I stand still in love. I stand still in trust. I stand still in the knowing that what is meant for me can find me. And as you stand still, let life move. Let people reveal themselves. Let doors show whether they open with ease or not. Let the answer come when it is ready. Let the blessing arrive in its right form. Let what is not aligned fall away without chasing it down. Let what is aligned come closer without forcing it. You do not have to understand everything today. You only have to honor this moment of stopping, this moment where you do not run, this moment where you do not abandon yourself, this moment where you choose peace before proof, this moment where you say, I am here, I am ready to receive life in a new way. That moment is sacred. That moment changes your energy. That moment opens the door to a new life. Everything beautiful needs space. A flower needs space to open. A seed needs space under the soil to grow. River needs space to flow. The breath needs space to move in and out of the body. Even the heart needs space to understand what it truly feels. So why do we think our blessings can enter a life that is packed full of fear, worry, pressure, and control? Sometimes what you want is not gone. Sometimes it is waiting for space, space in your heart, space in your mind, space in your energy, space in your life, space where trust can live, space where peace can breathe, space where the right thing can come in without being pushed, pulled, or forced. When you chase, you fill the space with fear. You fill it with questions. You fill it with overthinking. You fill it with what if and when and why not yet. You fill it with trying to make everything happen in your own time. And then, because the space is so full, there is no room left for life to surprise you. There is no room for grace to enter. There is no room for a better answer. There is no room for the miracle that comes quietly, not loudly. This is why stopping matters. When you stop chasing, you create space. And space is not empty. Space is alive. Space is powerful. Space is where the universe can work. Space is where healing can happen behind the scenes. Space is where something can return with cleaner energy. Space is where your own soul can finally breathe. Think of a closed hand. If your hand is closed tightly around something old, something painful, something uncertain, life cannot place anything new inside it. The gift may be near, but your hand is not open. Your fingers are locked around fear. You may say, I am ready to receive, but your energy says, I am afraid to let go. And life, in its love, waits for you to open. Now imagine opening your hand, slowly, gently, not throwing anything away with anger, not forcing yourself to forget, just opening, letting the fingers relax, letting the palm soften, letting the old pressure leave. This is the energy of receiving. This is the energy that says, I trust, I am willing, I am open to what is right. A closed hand cannot receive a gift. An open hand can. Say softly, I open my hands. I open my heart. I allow what is meant for me to come in peace. Feel the softness of those words. They do not chase. They do not demand. They do not panic. They simply open. Sometimes the thing you want cannot return because it would return to the same crowded energy that pushed it away. It needs space to come back differently. You need space to receive it differently. Life needs space to arrange it differently. If something comes back while you are still in fear, you may hold it the same old way. You may grip again, worry again, lose yourself again. But when you become still first, when you come home to yourself first, you are no longer the same person receiving it. You are calmer, wiser, softer, stronger, and this changes the whole energy. What returns to your fear may feed your fear, but what returns to your peace can become a blessing. This is why space is sacred. It gives you time to become ready. It gives the situation time to become clear. It gives life time to align the right pie. X's. It gives your heart time to heal from needing something so badly that you forgot your own wholeness. You may think you are waiting for something outside to return, but often life is waiting for you to return to yourself. Once you return to yourself, what comes next can meet you in a new way. It does not have to carry the old fear. It does not have to repeat the old story. It does not have to be held together by anxiety. It can enter a cleaner room inside your heart. Imagine your heart like a home. If every room is filled with worry, old pain, fear, and noise, where can peace sit? Where can love rest? Where can joy stay? But when you begin to clear the rooms, when you release one fear, forgive one old thought, soften one tight place, and stop chasing one outcome, space appears. And in that space, life can enter. You do not have to clear the whole house in one day. Begin with one room, one breath, one thought, one choice, one moment where you do not chase, one moment where you say, I choose peace instead. That is enough to begin. When space opens inside you, you may notice that your body feels different. Your breath becomes deeper. Your shoulders drop. Your stomach relaxes. Your thoughts slow down. You begin to feel the quiet place beneath the noise. This quiet place was always there, but chasing covered it. Fear shouted over it. Worry pushed it aside. Stillness brings it back to the surface, and in that quiet place, you can hear life more clearly. Sometimes life will say, wait. Sometimes life will say, move. Sometimes life will say, let this go. Sometimes life will say, open to something better. Sometimes life will say, this will return, but not in the way you expect. Sometimes life will say nothing at all, but the silence will feel peaceful instead of scary. This is the gift of space. It changes how silence feels. When you are chasing, silence feels like rejection. When you are still, silence can feel like rest. When you are chasing, delay feels like punishment. When you are still, delay can feel like preparation. When you are chasing, distance feels like loss. When you are still, distance can feel like clarity. Everything looks different from peace. When you stop chasing, what is meant for you has room to move toward you. Not because you are controlling it with stillness, but because you are no longer blocking the path with fear. You are no longer standing in front of life, demanding one exact answer. You are stepping aside and saying, I trust the way, I trust the timing, I trust that what is right can reach me. This does not mean everything you want will come back exactly as you imagined. Sometimes it will. Sometimes something better will come. Sometimes peace will return first, and then you will realize peace was what you wanted underneath everything else. Sometimes the thing you were chasing will lose its power over you, and that will be the miracle. Sometimes you will receive the love, the chance, the healing, or the answer, but it will come through a different door. Stay open. Do not make the universe too small. Do know, tell life it can only bless you in one way. Do not say, it must be this person, it must be this job, it must be this time, it must look exactly like this. That is not openness. That is control wearing a spiritual mask. True openness says, this is what my heart desires, and I trust life to bring what is highest and best. There is peace in that. There is relief in that. There is freedom in that. Say softly, I am open to this or something better. I trust the good that is meant for me. I allow life to bless me in ways I can see and ways I cannot see yet. Let this soften the need to know everything. Let it loosen the grip. Let it remind you that life is not limited to the one path your mind understands. The universe has quiet ways, gentle ways, surprising ways. Ways that arrive when you have stopped watching the door so tightly. Have you ever searched for something so hard that you could not find it, and then when you stopped looking, it appeared? This happens in life too. Not because life is playing with you, but because your energy changes when you stop straining. You become relaxed enough to notice. open enough to receive, clear enough to see what was already near. Many blessings require a calm place to land. Love needs room. Peace needs room. Joy needs room. Healing needs room. Abundance needs room. If your inner world is filled only with fear, every blessing that comes in may feel unsafe. You may question it, doubt it, hold it too tightly, push it away without meaning to. But when you create space, blessings can enter and stay with more ease. This is why you must become the place where your desires can feel safe. If you want peace, create peace inside. If you want love, become loving toward yourself. If you want abundance, stop speaking to yourself from lack. If you want healing, give your body kindness instead of pressure. If you want answers, give your mind quiet instead of constant noise. You do not attract what you chase in fear. You receive what you become open to in trust. Space is also needed for your own growth. Sometimes what you want has not come because you are still becoming the version of yourself who can hold it with peace. Not because you are unworthy now, you are worthy now. But readiness is not the same as worthiness. A child is worthy of everything good, but some things still require growth to hold safely. Life is not denying you. Life may be preparing you. If the blessing came too soon, you might not recognize it. If the answer came too soon, you might not trust it. If the door opened too soon, you might walk through it with the same fear that hurt you before. So life gives space. Space to heal. Space to learn. Space to soften. Space to stop chasing. Space to remember your worth before receiving what you once believed would prove it. This is divine kindness. It may not feel like kindness when you are waiting. It may feel slow. It may feel quiet. It may feel confusing. But later, you may look back and say, I understand now. I needed that pause. I needed that space. I needed to come back to myself first. Do not curse the space. Bless it. The space is not empty. It is working. The space is not punishment. It is preparation. The space is not proof that nothing is happening. It may be the place where everything is being arranged. Say, I bless the space. I bless the pause. I bless the quiet. I trust what is forming for me. When you bless the space, your energy softens. You stop fighting the waiting. You stop treating the unknown like an enemy. You begin to feel supported even before the answer comes. And this is powerful because once you no longer need the answer to feel safe, the answer can come without carrying the weight of saving you. Nothing outside you should have to carry the full weight of your worth. Not a person, not a dream, not money, not success, not a return, not a message, not a yes. These things can bless your life, but they are not the source of your value. When you create space, you take that heavy weight off the outside world and bring your worth back inside where it belongs. Then what comes can be enjoyed instead of clung to. What returns can be received instead of feared. What opens can be entered with trust instead of desperation. What leaves can be released without destroying you. That is freedom. That is healing. That is the gift of space. If you are in a season where something has not returned yet, do not fill the space with panic. Fill it with love. Fill it with prayer. Fill it with rest. Fill it with caring for your body. Fill it with gentle words. Fill it with gratitude for what is already here. Fill it with small acts of trust. Fill it with the quiet knowing that life is still working. Each morning you can say, "Today I make space for good. Today I open my heart to peace. Today I stop chasing and allow life to meet me. Today I trust that what belongs to me knows the way." And throughout the day, when fear wants to take over, return to the image of the open hand. Ask yourself, am I gripping or am I receiving? Am I forcing or am I allowing? Am I filling this space with fear or with trust? There is no need to judge. Just notice, then soften. Open the hand again. Open the heart again. Open the breath again. This practice may seem simple, but simple things can be deeply powerful. A breath can change a reaction. A pause can save your peace. A soft word can calm your body. An open hand can remind your soul that life is still giving. Everything that is truly meant for you does not need to be dragged into your life. It does not need to be trapped. It does not need to be held so tightly that your heart cannot breathe. It can come into the space you create through trust. And sometimes, when you finally create that space, everything you wanted begins to move. The answer appears. The message comes. The door opens. The energy shifts. The heart heals. The opportunity arrives. The peace returns. But even before any of that happens, something greater has already returned. You have returned. You have returned to your breath. You have returned to your body. You have returned to your worth. You have returned to your power. You have returned to the quiet truth that you were never meant to live. Fee in fear, and from that place, life can meet you in a new way. So open the space. Let the old pressure leave. Let the fear soften. Let your hands relax. Let your heart breathe. Let the universe work without your panic. Let what is meant for you come in the way that honors your soul. Say softly, I create space for miracles. I create space for love. I create space for peace. I create space for what is meant for me. I do not chase. I allow. I do not force. I receive. I trust that life knows how to find me. Now take a slow breath and let your body become soft. Let the breath move in gently and let it leave gently. You do not have to force even this. Let breathing become easy. Let your shoulders drop. Let your hands relax. Let your face soften. Let the whole body receive this quiet moment. Imagine that you are sitting beside a quiet river. The river is calm, smooth, and gentle. The water moves slowly, as if it knows there is no need to rush. The sky above you is soft. The air feels peaceful. Everything around you is still, but not empty. It is full of life, full of safety, full of quiet love. You are not running here. You are not chasing here. You are not trying to reach something before it disappears. You are simply sitting beside the water, breathing, resting, and allowing yourself to be held by this moment. The river does not ask you to prove anything. It does not ask you to explain yourself. It does not ask you to be perfect before you can rest. It simply flows beside you, steady and calm. And as you sit there, you begin to feel that this river is showing you how life moves when it is not forced. The river does not chase the ocean. It trusts the path. It trusts the turns. It trusts the rocks, the bends, the quiet places, and the open spaces. It does not panic because it cannot see the whole journey. It simply flows. And somehow it always finds its way. Let yourself feel that truth. You do not have to see the whole path to trust the next moment. You do not have to know every answer to be safe right now. You do not have to chase life to be carried by life. Now look down at your hands. In this quiet place, you notice that you are holding many heavy things. They may not look the same, but you can feel their weight. One may be worry, one may be fear, one may be the need to control, one may be the pain of waiting, one may be the fear of being forgotten, one may be the belief that if you stop chasing, nothing good will come. Hold them for a moment and be honest with yourself. These things have been heavy. You have carried them for a long time. Maybe you carried them because you thought you had to. Maybe you believed that worry kept you safe. Maybe you believed that control protected you. Maybe you believed that chasing was the only way to make sure life would not leave you behind. But here, beside this quiet river, you do not have to carry them anymore. Take one of those heavy worries and place it gently into the water. Do not throw it with anger. Do not push it away with force. Just place it down. Let the river receive it. Watch it float away. Watch it soften. Watch it become smaller as the water carries it farther from you. Now take another fear and place it into the river. Maybe it is the fear of losing what you love. Maybe it is the fear that what you want will never come back. Maybe it is the fear that you are not enough. Place it into the water and let the river carry it. Say softly, I let go. I become still. Everything meant for me knows the way. Take another breath. Feel the chest open a little more. Feel the body becoming lighter. You are not losing anything by letting go of fear. You are making space for peace. You are not giving up by releasing control. You are making room for trust. You are not becoming weak by becoming still. You are returning to your power. Now place the next heavy thing into the river. Maybe it is the need to know when. Maybe it is the need to know how. Maybe it is the need to make life move faster. Let it go into the water. Watch the river carry it gently away. You do not have to know when. Life knows timing. You do not have to know how. Life knows the way. You do not have to force the return. What is meant for you knows how to find you. Now place the fear of being forgotten into the river. This fear may feel very old. It may have been with you for many years. It may say, if I do not chase, I will disappear. If I do not keep trying, no one will remember me. If I do not keep proving, life will not choose me. Look at this fear with love. It was only trying to protect you. It wanted you to feel safe. But now you can tell it, thank you. I do not need you to lead me anymore. Place it into the river. Watch the water hold it. Watch it float away. Watch the space inside you open. Say softly, I am not forgotten. Life knows where I am. What is meant for me can find me in peace. Let those words become warm inside you. Life knows where you are. Life knows your heart. Life knows what belongs to you. You do not need to run in every direction to be found. You can be still and still be seen. You can be quiet and still be loved. You can rest and still be guided. Now imagine the river becoming filled with soft light. The water glows gently, not too bright, just warm and kind. This light represents trust. It represents peace. It represents divine support. It represents the quiet love of life that has been with you even when you felt alone. You reach your hands into the water and feel the warmth. It moves through your fingers, your palms, your arms, your chest. It moves into your heart. It touches the places that have been tired from chasing. It touches the places that have been afraid. It touches the places that have been waiting for proof. Let this light say to you, you are safe now. You can stop running. You can come home. Take a deep breath and imagine placing both hands over your heart. Feel the heart under your hands. It has carried so much. It has hoped. It has loved. It has waited. It has tried. It has hurt. And still, it is here, still beating, still open enough to heal, still ready to receive good. Say to ye, our heart, I am sorry for leaving you behind. I am sorry for chasing things that made you feel small. I am sorry for asking you to carry fear for so long. I am here now. I choose you now. I return to you now. Let this be a holy moment, a moment of coming back, not to the past, not to fear, not to chasing, but to yourself. Now imagine that you stand beside the river. You feel lighter now. Your hands are empty, but not lonely. Your hands are open. Your heart is open. Your breath is steady. You are no longer holding so tightly to what may come or go. You step closer to the river, and the water touches your feet. It is warm, peaceful, and safe. You feel life moving around you, not against you. You feel that the current is not here to pull you away from what is good. It is here to carry you toward what is right. You take another step. The water surrounds you gently. You do not need to fight it. You do not need to swim hard. You do not need to decide every turn. You can float. You can trust. You can allow yourself to be carried. This is what it feels like to stop chasing. It is not emptiness. It is surrender. It is not loss. It is freedom. It is not weakness. It is peace. As the river holds you, you begin to notice that the things meant for you are not lost. They are not far away in the way fear told you they were. They are moving too. They are being guided too. They are finding their way too. You do not need to pull them. You do not need to drag them. You do not need to chase them with tired hands. Everything meant for you knows the way. Say it again. Everything meant for me knows the way. Let the river carry that message through your whole body, into your mind, into your heart, into your breath, into every place inside you that forgot how to trust. Now imagine that along the riverbank, you see small lights beginning to appear. These lights are blessings. Some are things you already have but forgot to notice. Some are things coming toward you. Some are answers. Some are new doors. Some are healing. Some are love. Some are peace. Some are chances you have not even imagined yet. You do not run toward them. You do not chase them. You simply stay open. And as you stay open, the lights come closer. Not because you forced them, not because you begged them, not because you proved yourself worthy. They come because you created space. They come because your energy is softer. They come because your heart is no longer closed by fear. Let this image teach you. When you are still, you can receive. When you are open, life can enter. When you stop chasing, what belongs to your soul can recognize the way home. Now breathe again and feel yourself resting in the river. You may not know where it is taking you, and that is okay. You do not have to know everything to trust. You do not have to control the whole path to be safe. You do not have to understand every delay to believe that life is still working. Whisper softly, I am safe in the flow of life. I am safe when I am still. I trust what is meant for me. Feel how simple this is. Feel how gentle. There is no force here. There is no panic. There is no running. There is only trust. Now imagine the river bringing you to a quiet place where the water becomes even softer. You step out onto the warm ground. Your body feels lighter. Your heart feels more open. Your mind feels clearer. You look back at the river and realize it has carried away so much of what you did not need. You did not lose yourself in the letting go. You found yourself. This is the gift of stillness. It returns you to your own heart. It reminds you that you can release what is heavy and still be whole. It reminds you that life can carry what you were never meant to carry alone. It reminds you that peace is not far away. It is available now in one breath, in one pause, in one choice not to chase. Take this feeling with you. When fear rises later, remember the river. When the urge to chase comes back, remember the open hands. When your mind says run, remember the calm water. When your heart feels afraid, place your hand on it and say, I let go. I become still. Everything meant for me knows the way. Let that be your safe place. Let that be your prayer. Let that be your return. When something returns after you stop chasing, it feels different. It does not arrive with the same fear. It does not feel like something you must grip with both hands. It does not make your heart shake in the same way. It comes with a softer energy, a calmer energy, an energy that says, this can meet you in peace. This is how you begin to know the difference between what comes from fear and what comes from alignment. When something only stays because you chase it, there is always a quiet fear under it. You may receive it, but you cannot rest with it. You may hold it, but you worry it will leave. You may get the answer, but you are already waiting for the next sign. You may hear the words, but you still feel unsafe. This is because something gained through panic often keeps the energy of panic around it. But when something returns after you have chosen yourself, after you have become still, after you have stopped begging life for proof, it meets a different version of you. It meets the version of you who knows, I can receive this, but I do not need to lose myself for it. It meets the version of you who can say, I welcome this, but I will not worship it. It meets the version of you who knows that your worth is not in its hands. That is why what comes back in peace is easier to trust. It feels natural. It does not need force. It does not need begging. It does not need you to become smaller. It does not steal your breath. It does not make your body feel like danger. It brings a quiet feeling of rightness, not always perfect, not always without questions, but steady, gentle, honest. What is truly yours will meet you in peace, not panic. Let that sentence rest inside you. What is truly yours will meet you in peace, not panic. This does not mean that life will always be easy. It does not mean relationships will never need care. It does not mean dreams will never need effort. It does not mean healing will never bring tender moments, but what is aligned with your soul will not require you to live in constant fear. It will not ask you to chase every day just to keep it close. It will not feed on your weakness. It will not demand that you abandon your peace. When something is meant to stay, it can stand in the light of your stillness. It can survive your boundaries. It can respect your quiet. It can meet your truth. It does not disappear simply because you stop overgiving. It does not punish you because you choose rest. It does not make you prove your worth again and again. This is important because the old self may think, if I do not chase, I will lose everything. But the healed self begins to understand, if I have to chase it forever, maybe it was never giving me peace. The healed self does not need to trap what belongs. The healed self does not need to beg what is true. The healed self does not need to run after what can meet it halfway. When you stop chasing, you give life permission to show you the difference. Some things will return because they were meant to. Some things will stay away because they were not aligned with your peace. Some things will change form. Some things will be replaced by better things. Some things will return only after you no longer need them in the same desperate way. And some things will not return because life is protecting you from repeating a lesson you have already learned. All of it is guidance. All of it is part of the unfolding. Do not be afraid of what does not return. Sometimes what does not come back is making space for what can love you better. Sometimes what stays away is answering a prayer you did not know how to pray. Sometimes what leaves is showing you that you are strong enough to stand without it. Sometimes life removes what your hands would never release because life knows the future your fear cannot see. Still, when something good does come back, receive it with a calm heart. Do not meet it with the old panic. Do not say, now I must hold tighter. Do not say, now I must make sure this never leaves again. Instead, breathe and say, if this is meant for me, it can stay in peace. If this is right for my soul, it will not require fear. If this is a blessing, I can receive it with open hands. This is how you receive differently. Before, you may have received with worry. Now, you receive with trust. Before, you may have asked, how long will this last? Now you ask, does this bring peace to my soul? Before, you may have clung. Now you allow. Before, you may have made the blessing your source. Now you remember that life is your source. The difference is deep. When you know life is your source, you can enjoy what comes without being ruled by the fear of losing it. You can love without gripping. You can succeed without panic. You can receive without guilt. You can allow good without questioning whether you deserve it. You can say thank you and let the blessing breathe. What returns in peace teaches you that you never needed to chase as hard as you thought. It shows you that your energy matters. It shows you that stillness does not block good. It invites good. It shows you that life can move without your fear. It shows you that your worth was never created by the return. Your worth was already there, and the return simply met you in a place where you could finally receive it. Sometimes the thing that comes back is not a person, not a chance, not money, not a door, but your own peace. And that may be the greatest return of all. Your peace comes back. Your breath comes back. Your joy comes back. Your trust comes back. Your self-respect comes back. Your smile comes back. Your hope comes back. Your ability to enjoy the present moment comes back. The parts of you that were lost in chasing begin to return one by one, like birds coming home at sunset. And when you have yourself again, everything outside looks different. You no longer beg for crumbs when you remember you are worthy of a full table. You no longer chase what keeps you thirsty when you remember there is a river inside you. You no longer confuse attention with love when you remember how love feels in your own heart. You no longer call pressure passion when you have tasted peace. This is why coming back to yourself must happen first. Without yourself, you may accept anything that feels like proof. With yourself, you can receive only what honors your soul. Say softly, "What returns in peace is welcome. What leaves in peace is released. I trust life to show me what belongs." These words give you freedom. They do not force anything to stay. They do not curse anything that goes. They simply place your trust in the wisdom of life. There is a deep calm that comes when you stop needing every single thing to return. You begin to understand that the real prayer is not, "Bring it all back." The real prayer is, "Bring what is right, remove what is not, make me peaceful enough to know the difference." That prayer is powerful. It is honest. It does not come from fear. It comes from trust. When something comes back after you stopped chasing, look at how it feels. Does it bring peace or confusion? Does it respect the person you are becoming? Does it meet you with care? Does it feel natural, or does it pull you back into old fear? Does your body soften, or does it become tense again? Does your heart feel open, or does it feel like it must protect itself? Your body knows. Your soul knows. Listen gently. Do not rush to call every return a blessing. Some returns are tests of growth. Some returns ask, "Have you truly learned to choose yourself?" Some returns ask, "Will you give your peace away again?" Some returns ask, "Can you receive with wisdom instead of hunger?" This is not something to fear. It is something to meet with awareness. If something returns and brings peace, receive it with gratitude. If something returns and brings the old pain, pause. You do not have to open every door just because it knocks again. You do not have to repeat every story just because it returns. You are allowed to be loving and wise. You are allowed to be open and careful. You are allowed to choose peace. Stillness teaches you not only how to attract, but how to discern. It helps you know what is aligned and what is familiar. Familiar is not always right. Familiar is simply known. The old pain may feel familiar. The old chase may feel familiar. The old fear may feel familiar. But familiar does not mean meant for you. Peace is the sign. Not perfect peace every second, but a deeper peace. A peace that feels clean. A peace that lets you be yourself. A peace that does not demand that you shrink. A peace that allows you to breathe. What is meant to stay will not make your soul feel homeless. It will feel like a place where your heart can rest. It will feel like space. It will feel like respect. It will feel like truth. It will not be perfect because nothing human is perfect, but it will not require the old pattern of chasing to survive. And if what you wanted comes back in a new form, allow that too. Sometimes the love you chased returns as self-love. Sometimes the success you chased returns as purpose. Sometimes the answer you chased returns as peace with the unknown. Sometimes the person you chased does not come back, but the lesson brings you closer to the love that was right for you. Sometimes the dream changes, but the new dream fits your soul better. Life is not limited. Let it surprise you. The mind may have a fixed picture. It may say, it must come this way, from this place, at this time. But the universe moves with more wisdom than the mind can hold. If you stay open, you may receive more than you asked for, but it may come wrapped in a way you did not expect. Say, I am open to the good that comes in peace. I am open to blessings in expected and unexpected ways. I trust life more than I trust my fear. Let this become your practice. When something comes, do not grab it. Bless it. Breathe with it. Let it show you what it is. When something leaves, do not run after it immediately. Bless it. Breathe. Let life show you what the space is for. This is how you live without chasing. You stop turning every movement into an emergency. You stop turning every silence into a wound. You stop turning every return into a rescue. You stop turning every leaving into proof that you are not enough. You become steady. And in that steadiness, what is meant to stay can stay. Not because you trapped it, not because you watched it every second, not because you feared it into remaining, but because it belongs in the life you are now choosing. The life you are choosing is a life of peace, a life of trust, a life where your heart is not always running, a life where love does not feel like begging, a life where success does not feel like self-punishment, a life where healing does not feel like war, a life where blessings can come and be enjoyed. What returns in this life must meet the new you, the calmer you, the wiser you, the you who knows that stillness is not emptiness, the you who knows that peace is not weakness, the you who knows that self-love is not selfish, the you who knows that what is truly yours does not need to be chased until your soul is tired. So if me thing comes back, receive it slowly. Receive it with open eyes. Receive it with an open heart, but also with a rooted spirit. Let it prove itself through peace. Let it meet your wholeness. Let it belong without becoming your whole identity. And if what comes back is simply your own light, celebrate that. If what comes back is your laughter, your hope, your sleep, your calm, your self-worth, your faith, then something very beautiful has returned. You have returned to life. You have returned to yourself. You have returned to the truth that you are not empty, not forgotten, not too late, and not powerless. Say softly, I welcome what is meant to stay. I release what is meant to go. I trust what returns in peace. I trust what leaves with purpose. I trust my life. Let those words close the old chase inside you. Let them open a new door. A door where you no longer run after what makes you feel small. A door where you allow what honors your soul to come close. A door where you stand in peace and let life reveal what is true. What is truly yours will not need your panic. It will know your peace. Not chasing is not only a thought, it is a practice. It is something you return to every day, sometimes many times a day. It is a new way of living, a new way of breathing, a new way of meeting life. It begins in small moments. It begins when you wake up. It begins before you check for proof. It begins before you let fear decide your mood. It begins when you place your hand on your heart and remember who you are. Each morning, before the world becomes loud, pause. Do not rush into the old pattern. Do not pick up the worries from yesterday right away. Do not begin the day by asking, has it happened? Did they come back? Is the answer here? Am I safe yet? Instead, return to your heart first. Place your hand on your heart and say softly, I do not chase. I attract, I allow, I receive. Say it slowly. I do not chase. I attract, I allow, I receive. Let each line become a breath. I do not chase. This means I will not run after what makes me forget my worth. I attract. This means I become the energy of what I desire. I allow. This means I make space for life to move. I receive. This means I am open to good without fear. This simple practice can change the way you begin your day. Instead of waking up in lack, you wake up in trust. Instead of waking up in panic, you wake up in peace. Instead of waking up as someone who must run after life, you wake up as someone who is willing to be met by life. The mind may still bring old thoughts. That is okay. Do not fight them. Do not be angry with yourself. Just notice and return. If the mind says, "What if it does not happen?" answer with love, "I trust what is meant for me." If the mind says, "You must do something now," answer with peace, "I will act from calm, not fear." If the mind says, "You are being forgotten," answer with truth, "Life knows where I am." This is how you retrain the inner world, not by force, not by shame, not by pretending fear is not there, but by answering fear with love again and again. Throughout the day, the old urge to chase mixes, I rise. You may feel the need to send the extra message. You may feel the need to check again. You may feel the need to explain yourself one more time. You may feel the need to push a door that has not opened. You may feel the need to make life move faster because silence feels uncomfortable. When this happens, pause. Take one breath. Ask yourself, am I about to act from peace or from fear? This one question is powerful. It brings you back into awareness. It gives you a moment of choice. It helps you understand whether the action is guided or anxious. If the action comes from peace, it will feel clear. It may still require courage, but it will not feel like panic. If the action comes from fear, it will feel tight. It will feel urgent in a way that makes your body tense. It will say, "Do this now, or you are not safe." That is the old chase trying to return. In that moment, you can choose differently. Say, "I pause before I chase. I breathe before I react. I return to myself before I reach for anything outside me." Let this become your daily practice. Not sending the extra message can be a spiritual practice. Not forcing the answer can be a spiritual practice. Not checking again can be a spiritual practice. Not begging life to move faster can be a spiritual practice. Not explaining your worth to someone who does not see it can be a spiritual practice. Not abandoning yourself for approval can be a spiritual practice. Every time you choose stillness, you become stronger. This strength is quiet. It may not look powerful from the outside. No one may see the battle you win inside yourself when you do not chase. No one may know how hard it was to breathe instead of react. No one may know how much courage it took to choose peace instead of panic. But your soul knows, life knows, your body knows. Each time you do not chase, you teach your body that peace is safe. Each time you pause, you teach your mind that fear does not have to lead. Each time you choose yourself, you teach your heart that it will not be abandoned again. And little by little, the old pattern loses power. You begin to feel proud of your peace, not proud in a loud way, proud in a soft way, a way that says, I am learning, I am healing, I am no longer running from myself. There may be days when you still chase. There may be days when fear feels strong. There may be days when you react before you remember to breathe. Do not use those days to hurt yourself. Use them to return. The practice is not about being perfect. The practice is about coming back sooner than before. Before, fear may have led you for weeks, then maybe for days, then maybe for hours, then maybe for minutes. And one day you will feel the urge to chase, and you will smile softly because you will know what it is. You will place your hand on your heart and say, not today. Today I choose peace. That is growth. That is healing. That is spiritual strength. A daily practice of not chasing also means taking care of your own energy. Ask yourself each day, where am I giving too much? Where am I reaching for? Fear? Where am I waiting for someone or something to tell me I am enough? Where am I making one outcome more important than my peace? Do not ask these questions with judgment. Ask them with love. You are not looking for what is wrong with you. You are looking for where your heart needs care. Maybe you notice that you keep checking for a sign. Pause and breathe. Maybe you notice that you keep thinking about what someone else is doing. Call your energy back. Maybe you notice that you keep saying, when this happens, then I will be happy. Bring happiness closer. Find one small good now. Maybe you notice that you keep trying to force a result. Open your hands again. Say, I call my energy back from fear. I call my heart back from chasing. I call my peace back from the unknown. I am here now. This practice can be repeated anytime, while walking, while sitting, before sleep, before making a decision, before speaking, before reaching out, before giving more of yourself than your heart can safely give. It is also helpful to create moments of quiet each day. Not long, not difficult, not perfect. Just a few minutes where you sit without trying to fix your life. A few minutes where you breathe and let the body know it is safe. A few minutes where you allow the mind to settle. A few minutes where you listen to your own heart. In this quiet, ask, what do I need today? Not what does the world need from me? Not what does fear need from me? Not what does the outcome need from me? What do I need today? Maybe you need rest. Maybe you need kindness. Maybe you need to drink water. Maybe you need to take a walk. Maybe you need to stop checking. Maybe you need to write down your feelings. Maybe you need to forgive yourself. Maybe you need to trust one more day. These small acts matter. They tell your heart, I am here. I care about you. I will not leave you just because I want something outside of me. When you stop chasing, you must learn to fill the space with love, not more fear. If you stop chasing but sit in panic all day, the body will not feel safe. So give the body something gentle. Give the mind something peaceful. Give the heart something true. Use simple affirmations during the day. I am safe right now. I do not need to force what is meant for me. I trust the timing of my life. I am enough before anything changes. I allow life to meet me in peace. What belongs to me knows the way. I choose stillness over panic. These words are not empty. They are new instructions. They are seeds in the mind. They are soft lights in the heart. The more you repeat them, the more your inner world begins to change. Be mindful of your words. If you keep saying nothing works for me, life hears the energy of that. If you keep saying, I always lose what I love, your body begins to live as if loss is certain. If you keep saying, I have to chase or I will be forgotten, your nervous system stays in fear. Begin to speak differently. Say, good can find me. Love can meet me. Peace is possible now. I am learning to receive. I am safe to be still. Speak. Act to yourself like someone you love. Speak to yourself like someone who is healing. Speak to yourself like someone who deserves gentleness. Another part of this practice is learning to wait without losing your life. Waiting does not mean you stop living. Waiting does not mean you place your joy on a shelf until the answer arrives. Waiting does not mean every day must be about what has not happened yet. Live now, breathe now, eat with presence now, walk with presence now, smile at small things now. Let the sun touch your face now. Let music soften your body now. Let prayer calm your heart now. Let gratitude open your eyes now. The more you live now, the less power the chase has over you. Chasing keeps saying, not yet, not enough, not until. Stillness says, here, now, this breath. The present moment is where your power lives. Not in the thing you are waiting for, not in the person you hope will return, not in the answer that has not come. Your power is here in how you meet yourself right now. Each evening before sleep, you can review the day with kindness. Ask yourself, where did I choose peace today? Maybe it was one small moment. Maybe you paused instead of reacting. Maybe you did not check. Maybe you spoke gently to yourself. Maybe you cried instead of pretending. Maybe you trusted for one breath. Celebrate that. Do not ignore small growth. Small growth becomes deep change. Then ask, where did I chase today? Again, no judgment. Just notice. Maybe you reached from fear. Maybe you overthought. Maybe you gave too much. Maybe you forgot your worth for a while. That is okay. Place your hand on your heart and say, I forgive myself. Tomorrow I return again. This keeps the practice loving. Without love, even healing can become another thing to chase. You may start chasing peace, chasing growth, chasing perfection, chasing spiritual progress. Do not turn stillness into pressure. Stillness is not a test. It is a home. You do not need to be perfectly calm to be healing. You do not need to never feel fear. You do not need to never desire. You only need to keep returning to love. A daily practice of not chasing also includes trusting your boundaries. Sometimes not chasing means not answering right away when you are emotionally full. Sometimes it means saying no. Sometimes it means not giving your energy to something that keeps hurting you. Sometimes it means stepping back from people or situations that feed the old pattern. Sometimes it means protecting your quiet. Boundaries are not walls against love. They are doors that teach love how to enter respectfully. A healthy boundary says, I am open, but I will not abandon myself. It says, I care, but I will not carry everything. It says, I love, but I also choose peace. If something is meant for your life, it will not be destroyed by a healthy boundary. If something leaves because you stopped overgiving, that leaving tells you something. Bless the truth. Let it teach you. Let it free you. You can say, I allow what respects my peace. I release what requires my fear. This is simple but powerful. As you practice not chasing, you may begin to feel more magnetic. Not because you are trying to control others, not because you are playing games, but because peace has a natural beauty. Self-respect has a natural beauty. A person who is at home within themselves carries a different energy. They do not need to pull life toward them. They become open, steady, and ready, and life responds to that. When you are no longer leaking energy through fear, your light becomes stronger. Your presence becomes calmer. Your choices become clearer. Your words become softer. Your heart becomes wiser. You begin to attract not from need, but from wholeness. This is the heart of the practice. Become whole first, not perfect. Whole, present, kind to yourself, open to life, rooted in peace. Then what comes will meet a true place inside you. What stays will stay with more honesty. What leaves will not destroy you. What returns will not become your whole identity. What changes will not take away your center. Every day, practice this simple truth. I do not chase. I attract. I allow. I receive. Let it be your morning prayer. Let it be your midday pause. Let it be your evening comfort. Let it be the answer you give to fear. Let it be the new rhythm of your life. And when you forget, return. When you feel afraid, return. When you want to run, return. When silence feels loud, return. When the old story says you are not enough, return. Return to your breath. Return to your heart. Return to your worth. Return to stillness. This is how the chase ends. Not in one grand moment, but in many small choices of love. One breath at a time. One pause at a time. One open hand at a time. One gentle affirmation at a time. You are learning to live differently now. You are learning that peace is safe. You are learning that stillness is strong. You are learning that life can find you. You are learning that what is meant for you does not need your panic. And each time you practice, you become more ready to receive the good that comes in peace. You do not have to chase what belongs to you. You do not have to run after love, peace, healing, success, or joy as if life is hiding them from you. Life is not hiding good from you. Life is inviting you to become still enough to receive it. You do not have to prove your worth before good can come. You do not have to become perfect before blessings can reach you. You do not have to fix every part of yourself before life can love you. You are loved now. You are held now. You are seen now. Even in the pause, even in the waiting, even before the answer arrives. Let this truth rest inside you. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are not outside the circle of good. You are not being punished by the silence. You are not being rejected by the delay. You are being asked to trust life in a deeper way. Sometimes the pause is where the blessing is being prepared. Sometimes the space is where your heart is being healed. Sometimes the silence is where your soul is learning to hear itself again. Sometimes nothing seems to be happening outside because something very important is happening inside. And what happens inside you matters. Your peace matters. Your healing matters. Your self-love matters. Your return to yourself matters. The way you speak to yourself matters. The way you care for your energy matters. The way you choose stillness instead of panic matters. Every time you stop chasing, you are saying to life, I trust you. Every time you choose peace, you are saying to your soul, I am here. Every time you open your hands, you are saying to the universe, I am ready to receive in a better way. This is not giving up. This is becoming available to good. So take a deep breath. Let it move through the places that still feel tight. Let it touch the places that still want proof. Let it soften the fear that says you must run. Let it remind your body that you are safe in this moment. You can stop now, not stop living, not stop dreaming, not stop loving, but stop chasing. Stop abandoning yourself. Stop handing your peace to the unknown. Stop making one person, one door, one answer, or one outcome the source of your worth. Your worth is already here. Your life is already sacred. Your heart is already enough. Say softly, I stopped chasing and I came home to myself. Feel that. I came home to myself, not to fear, not to panic, not to the old story, to myself, the self that knows how to breathe, the self that knows how to heal, the self that knows how to trust, the self that knows that good can still come, the self that knows life is not over because something is quiet, the self that knows what is truly meant will not be lost because you chose peace. Everything meant for me is already finding its way back. Say it again, slowly. Everything meant for me is already finding its way back. And let yourself understand that everything meant for me does not only mean the things your mind has named. It means the peace meant for you, the love meant for you, the strength meant for you, the joy meant for you, the healing meant for you, the right doors, the right people, the right answers, the right timing, the right path, the right version of yourself. Everything meant for you includes you. You are finding your way back to yourself, and that is the greatest return. Maybe life will bring back something you once thought was lost. Maybe life will bring something new. Maybe life will close one door and open another. Maybe life will surprise you in a way your mind could never plan. Stay open, stay soft, stay trusting. Do not tell life it must only bless you in one way. Do not make your heart so fixed on one form that you miss the blessing in another form. Let life be wiser than your fear. Let the universe be larger than your plan. Let good arrive in ways that honor your soul. Say, I am open to the good that comes in peace. I am open to the love that respects my heart. I am open to the success that does not cost my soul. I am open to the healing that feels gentle and true. I am open to the life that is meant for me. You do not have to chase. You can allow. Allow peace to return. Allow your breath to deepen. Allow your heart to soften. Allow your mind to rest. Allow life to show you what belongs. Allow what is not meant to leave without running after it. Allow what is meant to come without forcing it. Allow, trust, receive. These 3 words can become a new way of living. Allow life to unfold. Trust that you are guided. Receive what comes in peace. And when fear rises again, because sometimes it will, do not be angry with yourself. Simply return. Place your hand on your heart. Take a breath. Say, I am safe. I do not chase. I trust what is meant for me. This is how you keep your peace. Not by controlling every part of life, but by returning to yourself again and again. Life may not always move when you want it to move. The message may not come when you expect. The door may not open on your schedule. The healing may take longer than you hoped. The path may turn in a way you did not plan. But none of this means life is against you. Life may be protecting you. Life may be preparing you. Life may be guiding you towards something that matches the person you are becoming. Life may be helping you release what your fear would keep holding. Life may be teaching you that your peace is more important than any rushed outcome. Trust the timing, trust the space, trust the quiet, trust the becoming. Say softly, I trust the timing of my life. I trust the wisdom of my path. I trust that what belongs to me cannot miss me. Let those words become a blanket around your heart. You do not have to fight so hard. You do not have to carry every outcome. You do not have to keep asking life, do you remember me? Life remembers. Life knows. Life sees. What belongs to you is not confused. What is meant for your soul is not lost. What is right will not need you to destroy your peace to receive it. And if something does not return, trust that too. Trust that the empty space is not empty forever. Trust that release is sometimes a blessing. Trust that your life is still full of good. Trust that a closed door can be a kind answer. Trust that you are being guided even when the guidance feels like letting go. You are strong enough to receive. You are strong enough to release. You are strong enough to wait. You are strong enough to begin again. You are strong enough to be still. But this strength does not need to be hard. It can be soft. It can be gentle. It can be quiet. It can look like breathing instead of reacting, resting instead of forcing, trusting instead of chasing, choosing yourself instead of losing yourself. This is spiritual strength. This is the strength of a heart that has learned peace. Now let gratitude enter. Gratitude for the lessons. Gratitude for the pauses. Gratitude for the things that stayed. Gratitude for the things that left. Gratitude for the strength that came from hard days. Gratitude for the breath that carried you through. Gratitude for the stillness that brought you home. Say, thank you, life, for guiding me. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for teaching me how to trust. Thank you for showing me that I do not have to chase what is meant for me. Gratitude opens the heart. Gratitude changes the energy. Gratitude helps you see that you were never truly empty. Even while waiting, you were being held. Even while healing, you were being supported. Even while letting go, you were being led. Let the past be at peace. Let the future take care of itself for a while. Let this moment be enough. This breath, this heartbeat, this quiet return to yourself. You are not the same as before. The part of you that needed to chase is healing. The part of you that feared being forgotten is learning trust. The part of you that thought love had to be earned is beginning to understand that love can be received. The part of you that felt lost is coming home. And from this home within yourself, life can meet you. The right things do not need to be hunted. The right things can find you. The right things can recognize your peace. The right things can arrive without asking you to become someone you are not. So become still. Open your heart. Trust life. Let what is false fall away. Let what is true come closer. Let what is heavy be released. Let what is gentle be received. Let what is meant for you find the open door of your peaceful heart. Say one more time, I stopped chasing and I came home to myself. Everything meant for me is already finding its way back. There comes a time when the soul becomes tired of running. Not because it has stopped loving life, but because it is ready to love life in a softer way, a truer way, a way that does not require panic, a way that does not require begging, a way that does not require losing yourself just to feel chosen, safe, or enough. That time can be now. You can choose to stop chasing today. Not with anger, not with bitterness, not to punish anyone, not to force anything to return, but because your heart deserves peace, because your body deserves rest, because your soul deserves to live without fear leading every step. You can stop chasing and still love. You can stop chasing and still hope. You can stop chasing and still desire beautiful things. You can stop chasing and still believe that good is coming. The difference is that now you are no longer asking your desire to prove your worth. You are no longer asking one outcome to save your whole life. You are no longer giving your power away to what is outside of you. You are coming home. And when you come home to yourself, everything changes. The waiting feels different. The silence feels different. The desire feels different. The unknown feels different. You are no longer standing in fear, asking life to hurry. You are standing in trust, allowing life to unfold. This does not mean every answer comes at once. It means you are no longer empty while you wait. It does not mean every door opens today. It means you are no longer breaking your hands on closed doors. It does not mean every person returns. It means you no longer abandon yourself for the ones who leave. It does not mean life becomes perfect. It means you become peaceful enough to be guided through it. And that peace is powerful. Peace makes room for clarity. Peace makes room for love. Peace makes room for healing. Peace makes room for the right blessings to enter. Peace makes room for what is meant to return in a cleaner, calmer, more honest way. When you stopped chasing, you did not lose your power. You gathered it back. You called your energy home from fear. You called your heart home from waiting. You called your mind home from overthinking. You called your soul home from places where it was never meant to live. And now you can stand still without feeling empty. You can open your hands without feeling afraid. You can wait without becoming lost. You can receive without gripping. You can let go without falling apart. This is the miracle. The miracle is not only that things may come back. The miracle is that you came back. Your peace came back. Your breath came back. Your worth came back. Your trust came back. Your light came back. And from this place, life can bring what is right. If love is meant for you, it can come in peace. If success is meant for you, it can come without destroying your soul. If healing is meant for you, it can come one gentle breath at a time. If something is meant to return, it can find the way. If something is meant to leave, you can bless it and still be whole. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. Life has not missed you. The universe has not lost your address. What belongs to your soul is not confused about where to go. So let today be the day you stop running after what made you forget your peace. Let today be the day you stop begging life to prove that you are worthy. Let today be the day you place your hand on your heart and say, I am here. I choose myself. I trust what is meant for me. Breathe. Open your hands. Soften your heart. You do not chase. You attract. You allow. You receive. Everything meant for you is already finding its way back, and the first beautiful thing to return is you.